Alright, this is the Whitin trail running shoe review. Just got the shoe, went for a 3-mile run today. Put them on right out of the box and went for a run. Gonna start off with the negatives of the shoe and then work into the positives. I guess because the positives are, most people are just going to know it right off the bat. The negatives, maybe not. Maybe people wouldn't even think of this. But get the shoe, put it on. What I'll start with is I normally run in Merrell vapor gloves. So there's basically almost nothing there. It's a very thin cushion inside, along with a very thin Vibram sole. So it really is like running barefoot, pretty much. I mean, besides the 5-finger things, which I just can't do that. It drives me crazy. It's stuck between my toes. So won't have those. But as far as these shoes go, you'll notice it right away. The insert. First thing I'll say is the insert is the first negative. I didn't take it out. I ran with the insert in. But as soon as I put the shoes on, I could feel that my heel was higher than my toe. So zero drop, not so much. It was slight, but I could feel it. And probably because I had the Merrells. If I switched from a regular shoe, I would probably not feel the difference and think it was zero drop. The run was fine. No issues. It was very slight, like I said, so it didn't really affect my gait or anything else. So, the way I landed and everything else, striking. So everything was fine as far as that goes. So when I got back, I decided let me take out the insert. Now, the inside's stitched together, not poorly, but I don't know how it's going to hold up without the inserts in. So if I do a decent amount of running. I used to run a lot more, but now, I'll do maybe 6-8 miles a week. I also walk in them. I like to walk in barefoot shoes. So I do a lot of walking. I walk my dog 45 minutes, an hour and a half a day, sometimes more. So, it's taking a little bit of a beating. And, with the Merrells, they lasted. You're not taking the insert out, if there even is one, if it's not just thrown right in, but it's almost like it's not even there anyway. So, that said, I don't know how long the inside's going to last. Especially obviously visually seeing the stitching, I don't know. But I will say, once you take them out, it is a barefoot shoe. It's zero drop now. It feels just like the Merrell. All right, so you got the Merrell shoe. It's a very similar feel. Maybe the sole's a little bit thicker than the Merrell. So there's always that. But it's almost nothing. It's almost a zero difference between the two. It's minimal, and you're not really gonna notice it. So I've done a few little short jogs with it just to see how it feels, and it feels a lot like the Merrell. Walking pretty much feels like the Merrell. Grip better than the Merrell, but I think that's the difference on why the sole feels a little thicker. Not a problem at all. You get a great feel of the ground. It definitely feels like a barefoot shoe. So, not bad. And like I said, $40 for these, $90 for the Merrells. It's a pretty good deal. Now, I don't know over time if these shoes are going to hold up like Merrells. I wore my Merrells. I still have them to this day. They're 2.5, 3 years old. And some of my running over those years was higher than the running now. So, I put a good amount of miles on them. I don't know if these are going to hold up. So if these hold up half the amount, if they hold up half the amount of the Merrills, then we're talking almost a wash, and I would stick with the Merrills then. But I got to give it time. These are new, and I can't really compare. So, next negative. I'm going to show it to you. Right here. All right, if you saw right there, the tongue of the shoe, long. Sticks out pretty far, rubs up against your ankle. Now, they do have a bunch of different models. Some have Velcro, some don't. I don't like Velcro. Also, it looked like it had a hard plastic side. I wasn't digging that either. So I went with these. The gummy rubber bottom with the black top. And, I got the one without the Velcro. Now, of course, they all use some sort of locking system type pull string. I don't have a problem with that. But I do have a problem with those. At the end of it, they put Velcro. I honestly hate anything Velcro on clothing, shoes, all that stuff. It's just, Velcro just never holds up. You're not going to get years out of it. At some point, I'm going to guess, is going to be a modification. I'm going to have to take it, cut it, and then tie it like a regular shoe or something. I don't know. But it's going to give it the opportunity of some sort of crazy flop going on in the laces when you're running. So that's something that's probably going to happen in the future. Not a definite, but it's Velcro. We all know Velcro sucks. So that's a big negative, is Velcro. All right. So that stinks. Now, and not the worst thing in the world. But the next thing you're going to have is the sole. All right. The sole's glued on to the rest of the shoe. And it just looks sloppy. I don't know. I'm going to lean down. I'm going to show you now the shoe where the glue is. Yeah, my dog wanted to see what's going on. You can see the glue. It's not like oozing over the edges, but there's more glue than you should see. I didn't really buy the shoes for aesthetics because they got the fake toes going on and stuff. So they're not aesthetically pleasing to begin with. So not really the biggest of deals. Except that it makes me worry if they're a little sloppy with the glue. I don't know. Maybe they didn't glue it well enough. Maybe there's going to be a problem with that. I don't know. That time will tell. But, you buy a new shoe, you want it to look perfect out of the box. Or out of the bag. In this case, they don't send it in the box. So, another reason I guess they're cheaper. All right, you can fold them up, roll them around. They're very bendable, just like the Merrill. Any of the real thin barefoot shoes. I also have Zero shoes. I like them, Zero shoes. Much better for walking. Running, not so much. Something about the heel and the padding around the back of your ankle and stuff. A lot of rubbage, weird heel area, a little too flat, maybe not rounded enough like a real heel. Like a foot. So not about the heel striking when you're running, but something about it, just the way your foot rolls. It's not something strange, but overall comfortable. So I wear that more as a walking shoe. Not that big of a deal. If I have to run in them, I can, just not the same. All right, now back to these Whitins. I said it was $41. Prime, no tax. Can't go wrong. The Merrills, $80 plus tax, about $90. cheapest I could find them. At one point I was paying $100 for them back when they were kind of newer, and there really was no deal to be found on them. So, you know, I'm very pleased with Merrell. They're a great shoe. One of the ones that stuck, you know, a bigger shoe company that stuck with the barefoot shoe. You know, New Balance years ago had the zero drop shoe, and they dropped it. It's just now that minimalist, not really worth it for me, so I didn't wear them anymore. So as far as like zero drop shoes go, once you take that insert out, you got a zero drop shoe. I will say you feel everything. You know, just like the Merrell, pretty much. I'd say they cushioned your foot pads a little better, or maybe put the more grip there, so it kind of acts like a cushion, but at the same time is more protection for your feet, I guess, and not super noticeable. It's not like going to a real thick sole like Ultras. Tried those. Once again, comfortable shoe for walking. Quite comfortable. Running, hated it. Too much on the bottom of the shoe. It's clunky as far as I'm concerned. Maybe they make a thinner sole now, but I think when they were a newer startup or became newly popular, their whole mantra was a zero drop shoe with more cushions. So it had a bigger lug. You know, a little more aesthetically pleasing. Very wide toe box. I'll say the same for these. Wide toe box. Merrell wide toe box. Zero shoe. Pretty wide toe box. And these are up there for a really wide toe box. So, you know, I like it. Another positive for the Whitin. Now it's just going to be how are they going to hold up? And only time will tell. So if you want to try the Whitins and you've worn any of these other shoes, you like them in the future, you're going to try the Vivo barefoots to see how they are. Pricey, yes. Might even try out some Lems. I don't know. I don't know if they really have much of a running shoe. I know walking and, you know, dress shoes and whatnot. But you know, the Vivo has some running shoes. I may try them. Try the pricey side and see what the difference is. And then once I put a little mileage on these, I'll give you an update on how it all worked out, how good they are, if they're worth the money, or if it's better just to spend a little more. All right, so that's my review. If you have any questions, put them in the comments. I'll answer them as soon as I can. And good luck there, Minimalist Nation.